The Periplus of Pseudo-Scylax is an ancient Greek periplus describing the sea route around the Mediterranean and Black Sea. It probably dates from the mid-4th century BC, specifically the 330s, and was probably written at or near Athens. Its author is often included among the ranks of minor Greek geographers. There is only one manuscript available, which postdates the original work by over 1,500 years. The author's name is written Pseudo-Scylax or Pseudo-Scylax, often abbreviated as Ps. Scylax or Ps. Scylax. Author. The only extant medieval manuscript names the author as Scylax, but scholars have proven that this attribution is to be treated as a so-called pseudepigraphical appeal to authority. Herodotus mentions the Scylax of Cariander, a Greek navigator who in the late 6th century BC explored the coast of the Indian Ocean on behalf of the Persians. Many details in the work, however, reflect 4th century BC knowledge of the world, since therefore it cannot be by the 6th century Scylax. Its author is habitually referred to as Pseudo-Scylax. Text. Manuscript. There remains one primary manuscript, Periplus supple, gr. 443. It dates to the 13th century AD and is the original of those upon which the first printed edition of 1600 was based. Two later copies of this manuscript, which is notoriously corrupt, add nothing of substance. The principal manuscript was inaccessible to scholars for over 2 centuries until the 1830s, when it was bought by the Bibliothèque Nationale of France. Content. The narrative attributed to this Pseudo-Scylax simulates a clockwise circumnavigation of the Mediterranean and Black Sea, starting in Iberia and ending in West Africa, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the entrance to the Straits of Gibraltar. The NW African section is sometimes claimed to have been derived from the earlier Periplus of Hanno the Navigator, but a close comparison makes the differences between the two texts apparent. Rather than the record of a voyage like Hanno's, or a compilation of eyewitness accounts of voyages, the Periplus of Pseudo-Scylax is probably an attempt at a quasi-scientific geographical account of the parts of the world accessible to Greeks in the 4th century BC. It can plausibly be associated with philosophical and scientific activities at Athens under Plato's successes in the academy. The author was, perhaps directly in contact with Plato's successes and with Aristotle and Theophrastos. In the years leading up to the foundation of Aristotle's school, the Periplus Lyceum, one of the aims of the work seems to be to calculate a total sailing length for the coasts of the Mediterranean and Black Sea, a geographical undertaking in which Aristotle's pupil Dicaearchos of Messana went further, perhaps explicitly building upon the work of our unknown author. Early printing history. The Periplus of Scylax, along with other minor ancient Greek geographers, was first published in Augsburg in 1600 by David Hoschel. In Amsterdam, the Periplus was published by Gerardus Vossius in 1639 and then by John Hudson in his Géographie Grassime in Auras. In Paris, the Periplus was published in 1826 by Jean-François Gale, and in Berlin it was published in 1831 by Rudolf Heinrich Clausen. Modern editions. The Greek texts of Carl Müller and B. Fabricius have been superseded by P. Canyon Pseudo-Scylax, Le Periple du Pontexin, text, traduction, commentaire philologique historique, and G. Shipley, Pseudo-Scylax's Periplus, text, translation, and commentary.